I want to pull up this op-ed. It's in the New York Post, and it reads, "My state of Washington ignored warnings about tax hikes, and now we're paying the price." It's about how corporations are leaving Washington state in search for lower taxes.
And then they were building this over 100,000 square foot headquarters. Then Bob Ferguson wanted to meet with them. What was the goal of the meeting? To convince them that the taxes were a good thing, as opposed to actually hearing their concerns. And now we are losing a company, one of the ones which Seattle is known for.
And I can also look at Benjamin Netanyahu and see the way that he has orchestrated this genocide and also deem him to similarly be a war criminal. And it's clear that the city does not have the authority to execute this warrant. However, what is also clear is that the federal government does have the authority to execute this warrant. And I call on the federal government to join the International Criminal Court and to execute both this warrant as well as any warrant that the International Criminal Court holds. And I call on the federal government to join the International Criminal Court and to execute both this warrant as well as any warrant that the International Criminal Court holds.
What do you make of that, Ari? Come on.
Well, first things first, he says that the U.S. has the authority. Well, the U.S. isn't a member of the ICC, and he admits that in that statement. It's another Mamdani promise which he can't keep. He's like the kid who is running for class president who says, I'm going to give you free lunch and I'm going to give you free recess. He couldn't deliver on the free buses. He couldn't deliver on freezing the rent. And to his radical jihadi supporters, he can't deliver on the promise of arresting Netanyahu. Here's something else in his little speech that he gave last night.
It's shameful, in my personal opinion. Ari Hoffman, thanks for joining us. Always appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Always a pleasure.